Hey there everyone, how's it going? I'm Tharun, and in this video we're going to continue on with our HTML series. So this is the second video of our HTML forms. So what are we waiting for? Let's get right into it. So in the previous video we did this input types thing. I know it was pretty boring, but I guarantee you from now on it's going to be super fun because there are so many ways and so many things which the form can do and it could be designed in. So let's start. So the first thing I would like to show you is, I told you like in the previous video, when we hit the submit button, it gets submitted to one of the forms, right? So how do we mention that form and where do we mention that form? So we do that in the action attribute, okay? In the form tag, not anywhere else. In the action attribute, we tell that it usually goes to a PHP page, okay? It could also be to the same page, but it usually is handled with a PHP page. So let's tell that it's going to be like login.php. Okay, again, you do not worry about PHP. Okay, you do not need that for now, because just I wanted to show you like where that form would get submitted. So action, that's in the action attribute, and then we have another attribute called method. Okay, method equals to. So what does this method do? So what this method does is, there are two types of methods. Actually, there are many types of methods like delete and other things. When you use Laravel, you need to use like many things. And again, Laravel is a PHP framework, so do not worry about that. But for now, just remember there are two methods: get and post. Okay. So what happens when you do get request? Okay, save it. Okay, so when I save it, let me just type raw data for now to show you the difference. I just give mail and not mail plus, just submit. Okay, it goes into login.php, right? But when it, okay, so let's go to that page. When we go to that page, we see that it tells that cannot get login.php, right? It just cannot get. So what if I give method equals to post, save it, go back and reload the page and just submit the query? Okay, it goes like that. It does not tell cannot get that thing and all. That is one of the difference, because there is a reason behind that. Okay, but that is all the difference between get and post. I'm kidding. There are a lot of differences between get and post. One of the things are the get. Okay, when you type the, oh sorry, that's not RR, it's R. Okay, oh my god. Okay, so once you give submit, okay, it goes to this action page, right? It goes to this action page once you hit submit, right? So when it goes to the action page, okay, the queries are entered here. Queries in the sense here. The queries are the words which show up in the URL. Okay, so these are the input text. So the input text is shown on the query. But when you are dealing with username and password kind of stuff for login details, post is the best method to use there, because post is secure and it transfers the data like there's no limit in the number of words which you could transfer. But in the case of get, you have like a certain limit of letters or the words which you could use. So it's always better to use post. Though the get has some advantages, I will tell you that as we move along. But for now, you get the idea, right? Get is for, you use that for less secure data, and post you use for more secure data. Okay, that's all. Just understand that for now. Okay, so that we have, and we had the action also here. Action was some .php file. So what else do I want to show you? Okay, this is text. Now it is radio. These both are radio buttons, but male and female. Let me just add another one real quick. So you saw that we will be able to select all the three options, which must not be the case, right? If it's a radio button, then we must not be able to select all the three. For example, see, I'm able to click this, I'm able to click that, I'm able to click that, because it doesn't know that all three radio buttons belong to the same category, that is gender. So how do we make it realize about that? So what we do is we give an attribute called name. Okay, the name would be gender. So what does this name do? When we submit to a PHP form, okay, the form searches for, sorry, this is text actually. Let's say that is a username or something. The name not only could be applied to the radio button, but could also be applied to all other input tags. You have to implement the name attribute in all the input tags, because once you submit this form to a PHP, all it will be looking is for this name, okay, this name attribute. This name is like a key, okay, it is like a key, it is like the password, it's like the identification of the value you're entering, okay. So this is the name, this name is gender, and make sure you use the same name gender for all the three, because all three belong to the same category. GNGR. Save. Okay, now you see the magic. We'll be able to select male, we'll be able to select female, or we'll be able to select other only. Okay, so that is this. And even here you need to mention the name, because name must be everywhere. If you omit the name attribute within the input tag, then that is not going to be submitted. Okay, remember that. Name, and let us name this age. You could name it anything. Okay, you could name the gender also as anything. You could name it as age also anything. But you need to remember what you have named it, because we are going to use that for the PHP forms. Okay, that is to process this information. You need that. Okay. So input type will submit, and here what we'll do, we'll give the name equals to submit, and value, okay, just name equals to submit. You could have the name, or you could just have value equals to submit. What this value tells is that rename that submit query with whatever I give in here. You could give here like login also. Okay, you could tell login. Okay, you get the idea, right? So that is all about. So we've done that. Okay, so once we submit this form, where do we want the results to be shown? Okay, I'll come again. Once we submit the form, that's once we hit login here, where do we want the result page to be shown? That we mentioned within another attribute called target. This target attribute has like I think 4 different types. Okay, let's see what they are. The first one is blank. What this blank does is, like, let me show you in action. Let it be like login.php. You save it, just hit Tharun mail login. Okay, so what this does is, since we gave the target as blank, okay, it opens the result in the next page, sorry, in the new tab. Okay, when I hit login, it opens in a new tab. That is about blank. We have self. Okay, now what is self? The response, okay, there is a response that what is the next page you want it to go is displayed in the same frame. The same frame, that is when you're using iframes, right? It is displayed in the same frame. Okay, then we have parent. So what does this parent do? This parent shows the response in the parent frame. Okay, it shows the response in parent frame. To make this interactive, I will leave a link down in the description below. Please go and check that out. It'll give you a better idea about this target attribute. Okay, we also have the top, and we could also use the frame name, that is create an iframe, and once you click here, you want the page to open within that another iframe. That also you could do. But for now, you could just leave it like this, and it submits to the another page and it loads in the same page, and if you use blank, there's underscore blank, it goes to another page. So that is all about it. So in this video we learned a lot. I would just like to show you one more thing. Here, okay, we have this, right? So what if without the username I hit login? Okay, let's see what happens. It gets submitted, right? But what if you do not want that to happen? If you do not want that to happen, you could use something called required, required. Okay, if you use required, then it's gonna tell this. Without that, you'll not be able to log in. If you hit login, it will tell please fill out this field. This required could be used for many of these. Okay, any of these and many of these also. So that is about the required thing. Sorry for that. Okay, so that is about required thing. So what else do I have? We'll continue with this tutorial in the next video. I can't wait to see you in the next video. So goodbye.